Hello everyone, this is Michael with GeekDisorder, aka Lavic. Hope y'all are having a great day today. So I thought we'd go ahead and kick off our HTML and CSS tutorial with an overview of what the tutorial is going to be covering, and when you're done with the tutorial, what you should be able to do. Just a general overview of that. So let's go ahead and start off with HTML and CSS and what they mean and how they're used. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's used to define the structure and the content of a web page. So it's not going to make your web page look pretty. You're not going to be able to change the layout on it, the size of the font, the color, stuff like that. Instead, that's more of a CSS role. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it's used to control how your page is displayed in the browser. So CSS controls the colors, the layout, fonts, and other things on the web page. There are two main types of web pages. There's a static web page and a dynamic web page. In this tutorial course, we're going to be covering mainly static web pages. So a static web page is an HTML document that doesn't changes. Of course, you can throw CSS in there also if that's a separate document. But yeah, those don't change. So when you go out and you request a web page, like you type it into your browser, and the browser sends it out the request over the internet, and the server sends it back to your computer. What's displayed in your browser, someone actually coded it. There's a web page, a document out there that has that code that looks exactly like that. So with a dynamic web page, the way that differs is when you go to Amazon.com and you search something, basically there's a script or a server-side program that does a bunch of different things to put together a web page for you. If you were to look at the code in that web page and then go to that server, if you had access, and look for that code that matches that, you wouldn't find it in a web page that looked exactly like that. That's because there's a bunch of things on the back end that actually piece together the web page for you. So when you're done with this tutorial series, some of the things that you should be able to do is you should have a good understanding of HTML and CSS. So you should be able to build a static web page without any issue. You'll be able to make a basic responsive web page. You're going to learn the flexible and the grid layout systems. You'll learn how to add video and audio to a web page. You'll learn how to add your own font to a web page. You're going to learn how to format a web page in order to print it out. You'll understand some advanced CSS like transitions, transformers, animations, and filters. And we're going to learn how to actually deploy a web page to a web server. So as far as some of the tools we're going to be using, and I will go over these more in depth in a couple of following videos, but we're going to be using Chrome. I'm going to be using it to actually view my web page in the browser. For a text editor or /IDE, we'll be using something called Visual Studio Code by Microsoft, and you can use anything else you want, but this is what I'll be using. There's Notepad++ and some others that you can use. Alright, and then of course to deploy our web pages to a web server, we're going to use FileZilla, and I'll cover how to use that. And then as our hosting company for a hosting plan, I have a deal with HostGator here where your first month is only 1 cent. So if you just want to, power through these videos that I'm putting out in 1 month, then it's only going to cost you a penny. And I'll provide all the links to these in the description of each video. For the hosting plan, you'll want to use my link below. Basically, when you use it, you get this special 1 cent for the first month. And it also helps me support the channel. Alright, so that's kind of the overview of how the tutorials course is going to go here. So I will see y'all in the next video, and y'all have a great day.